The time has finally come, you guys. The video is here. If you don't know, I promoted this video on TikTok as well as Instagram. Don't get your hopes up. I'm sorry. I've been holding this video back for a really long time. I've been wanting to release it since spring, and it's almost summer. Stop. But this video is about La La Land, if you haven't guessed it. So sit back and enjoy how. Gobi, you want to say hi? Yeah. You know what? You don't have to be so rude about it. Sit back and enjoy me ramble about La La Land. So, I'm not gonna go into full detail about La La Land. I'm just gonna give like my 2 cents and what I think about it and how it helped me kind of grow into the person I am, I guess. That sounds kind of cringe and cliche, but realistically, La La Land has genuinely just like helped me realize so much stuff about myself that I didn't know. I like, you know, it's just a very meaningful movie to me, and I need everyone to watch it because it deserves its Oscar. Just saying.
A mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
Guys, Goba, literally, I don't know what he wants, but he's meowing, and I'm like, dinner time is at 9 p.m. What do you... So, for those of you who don't know about La La Land, or, you know, if you're a psychopath, La La Land was released on December 9, 2016, and it was directed by Damien Chazelle. So, we begin La La Land on the freeway, and immediately, Another Day of Sun starts playing. And I'm like, guys, that's pure talent. Like, it's like, I saw this from another video. It was a very long time ago. I don't know who it was from, but they were like, the fact that they put Another Day of Sun as the first, like, as the opening scene, so they know we're getting sucked into a musical. Masterpiece. Like, actual, you have to be so smart for that. I'm not even joking. So, we start off with Mia Dolan. She is a small town girl. No, I'm just kidding. She's just from Nevada. Boulder City, Nevada. And I'm like, yeah, you go, queen. She wants to be an actress. She says that her aunt is her inspiration and her role model. And I'm like, that's so sweet. I wish I had a role model. You know. Mia basically works as a barista in, I think, hold on. Oh my god, what's that called? Guys, I literally forgot what it's called. But she works at, oh my god, I can't figure out what the word is. She works as a barista in a coffee shop inside where the films are made. But yeah, she basically works there. And so we go from Another Day of Sun on the freeway to her in her car rehearsing lines. And then it cuts to her at her job. And Mia has an audition. So she's in a hurry, and then she bumps into someone, and she spills coffee all over her shirt. And then it cuts to her audition scene. After Mia totally bombs her audition because she got interrupted, I'm like, rude! Mia Dolan deserves so much better. Anyways, we cut to another scene where the roommates are introduced, but get this, the third best song on this soundtrack Okay, I don't know why I was cut off there, but Someone in the Crowd is the third best song on the soundtrack, and you literally cannot change my mind. Like, my mind is set. Anyways, the cinematography, the editing, the choreography, all of it beautiful. Yeah, we meet Mia's roommates through Someone in the Crowd, and then after this, Mia is leaving the party to go to her car, but there's a little sign that's like from I think it's like a 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. parking, and it's like it got turned away, and the thing that gets me during this part, I'm like, where are your roommates? I thought y'all went in the car together. Are you leaving without them? Or did they Uber? Like, what's the situation? I need someone to tell me. I'm lost. I'm confused. So, Mia loses her car, and I'm like, why didn't you have time to go get it? But whatever, I guess. Nothing makes sense when you're making a masterpiece, but to each their own. And she's like, kind of like walking. I don't think she had a plan. She was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna walk. See where the wind takes me. Like, I don't know if she was walking home or not, but she was walking. And so she happens to come across a restaurant, and she just hears this beautiful sound coming out of it. And little Miss Mia, she's curious, as one would be, and she goes in. This is where we meet Sebastian, the second main character of La La Land. Personally, I like to say that Sebastian is the funny one. He's just a very fun person, I think. Yeah, he just seems like a very fun person to be around. From Sebastian, we cut from Mia to Sebastian's point of view. And, Sebastian is honking at Mia while she's practicing her audition lines. And someone pointed this out, that Mia has her hand on the window, and then from her point of view, she has it on the inside. And I never knew this until they pointed it out, and I was like, oh my god, hold on. It cuts to him driving by a jazz club to go into a coffee shop, and that's his whole stick, is that he loves jazz. And I'm like, you go, King. No one's doing it like you. So after this happens, Sebastian just goes home to his tiny apartment. I'm pretty sure he's paid $3,000 for a one-bedroom apartment. That's basically broken down, but it's hard. It's hard in California. He gets startled by his sister because she's there, and then basically Sebastian wanted to open his own jazz club. He still does, but he basically got scammed. She's like, oh, I want you to meet this girl, and Sebastian's like, does she like jazz? And she's like, no, I don't know. And then Sebastian's like, then what are we going to talk about? I'm like, Sebastian, I love you, but jazz can't be your entire life. Come on. Also, I'm reading my notes, and I'm like, what did I say? Oh, I said, now that I think about it, they're going into depth and more detail about how Mia got into acting. Obviously, we know because of her aunt. But how did Sebastian get into jazz? Where did this come from? I mean, go off. But what is his origin story? I just wish they went more into detail about Sebastian's origin story and how he came to learn how to love jazz. I don't know. That would have been something nice to see. I don't know. I'm not gonna go into more detail about the movie. There's already enough, like, I guess, film documentaries on it on YouTube. Like, if you want to know what happens, just go watch another one of those. What I'm here to do is tell you what I think of the film itself. So, we can get started on our second segment. To cut the film short, this movie is basically just about an aspiring actress and a very passionate jazz enthusiast, I guess, that wants to open his own club. And I'm glad that they made Sebastian's character like that, because honestly, the movie makes a very valid point of like, oh, not enough young people are into jazz anymore, even though it was very popular in its time. And I think because of this movie and also my friend Sutton, I started listening to jazz, and it's such a winter genre, and I just love it. I love everything about jazz. So, good job. Well, good job, Damien Chazelle. To get back on track, La La Land is about an aspiring actress and a very passionate jazz piano player that wants to open his own jazz club to like lure more people into liking jazz. But it's also about a story about falling in love with someone and having to learn to let go of them, even if you don't want to. But if it's the best thing for the both of you, then do it. Because Mia was obviously struggling to get, like, jobs. But at the end of the day, it was just, like, kind of their argument as well. But it's like, to make sacrifices, you're going to lose someone you love or something you love. And for Mia and Sebastian, it was each other. I was gonna say it's the next day, but I'm a liar. It's actually like 3 days after. I actually don't remember the last time I filmed. I have no concept of time. Anyway, I lost the mic. I didn't lose it. I have it. But anyway, I don't have to explain myself. Anyways. Okay. So at the end of the movie, there's a little sequence that I like to call a dream sequence, and it's filmed in this old-timey like film, and it's just like very warm and nostalgic. But basically, I think in perspective, it's Mia's perspective, because she gets her dream job, she ends up with Sebastian, and then they have a baby boy together. And it's just like, I don't know. Like, it's definitely how Mia would have wanted for things to go, but things don't always go the way you want them to. The way I like to see it, La La Land just does a really good job of portraying, I guess, adult relationships in a sense. I don't know. It's just like, the way I like to see it is, if you find something you're passionate about, go for it and don't let go of that dream, because if you put your mind to it, literally anything is possible. Anything can happen when you really try your hardest. But don't let your passions and your dreams stop you from finding what you really want. As an adult, you already have so much on your plate, and it's like you have your career path, and you have like, you're probably in debt or whatever. I don't know. I'm not an official adult yet. Stop. But it's just like, obviously, you have to have that kind of balance in your life where you can like at least control one thing if you can't control the other. For La La Land, it's also like the story of two very passionate artists want to go for what they've always wanted, but they just happen to find each other along the way. And they help each other realize that sometimes someone needs to push you to get to where you want. I saw this movie when I was literally in middle school. I was like 13 or 14. And I'm now 19. I'm almost 20. But at that age, I just watched it and I thought it was pretty to look at. I thought it was like just that. And I was like, oh, the ending. But now that I'm getting older, I kind of understand the concept of it more, and it's looking kind of like helping me grow into my own person, and I'm glad because it also helps me appreciate the film a lot more than it has before. I asked my friend to ask me why I love La La Land so much, and I literally told her, I was like, I don't know. I just do. But I'm not the kind of person to overanalyze anything. I'm just like, if I see something and I like it, I'm like, nice. But it's just like watching it after so long and growing up makes you really appreciate the art and the cinematography of it all a lot more. Like the plot, the whole concept of it. It's just, it's nice. It's a good movie. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm not a movie critic. It's just something I really enjoy. I don't have any problems with the film. It's perfect. My only complaint... No complaints. No, I'm kidding. My only complaint, I wish it had more Sebastian backstory, but it's fine. It's okay. I'm growing up in a household where, not to call out my dad, but he believes that finding your career path and sticking to it is the way to go. But I believe it's just go with your gut, follow your instinct, don't let anyone tell you you can't do it, because you can. And La La Land has had that kind of impact on me. And it's just a great film to watch. I love it. I feel like I'm watching it for the first time every single time. And the story, the plot, amazing, 10 out of 10. The music, 10 out of 10. The cinematography, 10 out of 10. Anyways, that's all. Thank you for sticking around. I've been trying to work on this video since February, and it's literally June. I'm sorry if it's a little, like, underwhelming. It's kind of, like, not what you were expecting, and I hyped it up a little too much. But the reason I did this is because... The reason I did that is because I was trying to set a date for myself so I can stop procrastinating and actually get something done for once. And I actually did it, and I'm very proud of myself. So, this is the only time I'm gonna make a movie, like, a video, a commentary style, I'm gonna go back to like the stuff I've been releasing recently. Like next month probably. But thank you so much. I love you. Have a good day. And don't let yourself down.